Brace yourself for a roaring journey through automotive history. Jeremy Clarkson, the motoring titan who ignited Top Gear and the Grand Tour, has a garage bursting with pre-2000 classics that embody raw power and timeless soul. From passing his driving test in a Bentley in 1977 to owning 28 legendary machines, Clarkson's collection, fueled by his $70 million net worth, is a shrine to an era of unfiltered driving passion. 1970. Triumph Stag launched on June 4, 1970. By British Leyland, this convertible featured a 3.0L Triumph V8 engine with a single overhead camshaft per bank, producing 145 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 170 TD lb-ft of torque at 3,500 RPM. It accelerated from 0 to 60 mph in 9 seconds and reached 118 mph, driven by a 4-speed manual with and rear-wheel drive. Designed by Giovanni Michelotti, its steel monocoque chassis, independent double wishbone front suspension, semi-trailing arm rear suspension, and 14-inch wire wheels gave it a Riviera flair. The chrome roll bar, pop-up headlights, and 2,800-pound curb weight added charm. But the V8's poor cooling design led to overheating, timing chain failures, and head gasket issues, costing $501,000 annually for maintenance. Clarkson called it a beautiful, infuriating beast, recalling summer drives through Yorkshire's dales, the V8's throaty rumble fueling his teenage rebellion, and a near crash with a tractor on a narrow lane, swerving just in time. Only 25,877 Stags were built from 1970 to 1977 at Triumph's Canley plant, aimed at rivaling the Mercedes-Benz 280 SL, but crippled by British Leyland's cost-cutting and strike-plagued production. Clarkson's white Stag, with a black soft top, walnut dashboard, and optional hardtop, was a labor of love. He shared stories of roadside repairs with mates under starry skies, using a torch to fix a snapped timing chain. The Stag appeared as a prototype in The Italian Job, 1969, and was owned by Tony Curtis, Princess Anne, and Rod Stewart. Its 50-50 weight distribution and 100-inch wheelbase ensured balanced handling, but its 18 mpg fuel economy and rust-prone sills were drawbacks. The Stag's drag coefficient was 0.42, and its Girling front disc brakes offered modest stopping power. Emotionally, it's nostalgia, a car that sparked Clarkson's lifelong obsession. Current values range from $30,000 to $40,000, with Concours examples fetching $50,000, $60,000 at Bonhams. Restoration costs average $10,000, $20,000 due to scarce parts. For Clarkson, it's a rusty relic of his first taste of freedom, a symbol of dreams forged on open roads. 1986, Alfa Romeo GT-V6. Launched on May 15, 1980, at Alfa Zuri's plant, it featured a 2.5L Busso V6 engine with double overhead camshafts per bank, producing 158 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 157 lb-ft of torque at 4,000 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 8.6 seconds and 130 mph with a 5-speed manual transaxle, rear-wheel drive, and a de Dion rear suspension with a Watts linkage. Designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro at Italdesign, its steel unibody, 94-inch wheelbase, 2,650-pound weight, and 0.39 drag coefficient ensured sharp handling. Its 4-wheel disc brakes and 15-inch Speedline alloy wheels added precision. Clarkson called its exhaust note an Italian opera that makes your soul sing. Recounting midnight drives through the Cotswolds, the V6's wail echoing off hills, a Top Gear drift session where he spun out, laughing hysterically, and a near miss with a deer on a foggy road. Only 22,000 GT-V6s were built from 1980 to 1987, with 7,000 exported to the U.S. The The Busso V6, named after engineer Giuseppe Busso, powered Alfa's European Touring Car Championship wins. Clarkson's silver GTV6, with black leather, a sunroof and power mirrors, battled electrical gremlins, faulty wiring, flickering gauges, and a temperamental fuel pump, costing $2,000–$3,000 annually to maintain. Rust on floor pans and wheel arches was a constant foe, requiring $5,000 restorations. The GTV6 appeared in Octopussy and was owned by Jay Leno and Alain de Cadenet. Its 49-51 weight distribution and limited slip differential made it a corner-carving star, though its 20 mpb turbine fuel economy was modest. Clarkson featured it in a Top Gear Retro Coupe Challenge, outshining a BMW 635 CSI. Emotionally, it's passion, a car that demands devotion. Values range from $25,000 to $60,000, with low-mileage examples hitting $80,000 at RM Sotheby's. For fans, it's Clarkson embracing Italy's romantic engineering. 1971 Mercedes-Benz 600. Grosser launched on September 18, 1963, at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Its TT twice 6.3L M100 V8 engine produced 247 horsepower at 4,000 RPM and 369 lb-ft of torque at 2,800 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 9.7 seconds and 127 mph. With a 4-speed automatic rear-wheel drive and self-leveling air suspension. Weighing 5,120 pounds, its 116-inch wheelbase, hydraulic windows, seats, doors, trunk, and sunroof, and 15-inch steel wheels made it a 1960s marvel. Clarkson called it a dictator's chariot, recalling arriving at Top Gear shoots, chrome trim gleaming as onlookers gawked, and a London cruise where a cabbie saluted him. Only 2,777 600 Grossers were built from 1963 to 1981 at Mercedes' Sindelfingen plant, with 428 long-wheelbase Pullmans, owned by Elvis Presley, John Lennon, Fidel Castro, and Idi Amin. Many were bulletproofed. Clarkson's short-wheelbase black model, with burl walnut, hand-stitched leather, and power curtains, cost $10,000– $15,000 annually to maintain due to hydraulic leaks and scarce parts. Its 0.41 drag coefficient and 8 mpg fuel economy were drawbacks, but its Girling disc brakes ensured stopping power. The 600 appeared in The Godfather, Goldfinger, 1964, and Scarface, 1983. Emotionally, it's pride. A car that screams success. Values range from $100,000 to $300,000, with Pullmans hitting $1.2 million at Barrett-Jackson. Restoration costs reach $50,000. Fans see Clarkson as a king in this icon, reflecting his rise to fame. 1969 Ford Cortina 1600E launched on October 12, 1967. At the London Motor Show, its 1.6L Kent Crossflow inline-4 engine produced 88 horsepower at 5,400 RPM and 92 lb-ft of torque at 3,400 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 12 seconds and 95 mph with a 4-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, and a steel monocoque chassis. Its leaf spring rear suspension, McPherson strut front, 86-inch wheelbase, and 2,300-pound weight ensured nimble handling. With chrome row-style wheels, fog lamps, a vinyl roof, and bucket seats, it was a British icon. Clarkson called it the car that taught me to drive with guts, recalling teenage drives through rural England, radio blaring, and a Top Gear Retro Challenge where it outcharmed a modern Focus. The Cortina MK2 sold 1.1 million units from 1966 to 1970, with the 1600E as the premium model, built at Ford's Dagenham plant. Clarkson's white Cortina, with a walnut dashboard and optional tachometer, was his pride at 18. Maintenance cost $500 to $800 a year, but rust on sills and floors required $3,000 repairs. It starred in The Sweeney, 1975-1978, and Minder, 1979-1994, driven by TV cops. Its 52/48 weight distribution, front disc brakes, and 13-inch wheels added agility, though its 22 mpg fuel economy was average. Emotionally, it's nostalgia, a relic of Clarkson's youth. Values range from $25,000 to $35,000, with restored examples hitting $50,000 at classic car auctions. Restoration costs average $8,000. For fans, it's a glimpse of Clarkson's humble beginnings. 1992, Jaguar XJ220 launched on March 3, 1992. At the Geneva Motor Show, its 3.5L twin-turbo V6 engine, built with Tom Walkinshaw Racing, produced 542 horsepower at 7,200 RPM and 475 lb-ft of torque at 4,500 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 3.6 seconds and 217 mph, the world's fastest production car, until the McLaren F1 in 1994. With a 6-speed manual, carbon fiber and aluminum body, scissor doors, double wishbone suspension, 80-inch wheelbase, and 3,030-pound weight. Its 0.36 drag coefficient ensured aerodynamic prowess. Clarkson called it a 90s fever dream, recalling dawn motorway runs, the turbo's scream shaking his soul, and a Top Gear retrospective where it stunned fans. Only 281 XJ220s were built at Jaguar's Bloxham facility, originally designed for a 6.2L V12, but switched to a V6 to cut costs, sparking buyer lawsuits. Its 17-inch BBS wheels and AP Racing disc brakes set a 746 Nürburgring lap in 1991. Maintenance cost $20,000, $25,000 Sotlers. Annually due to turbo rebuilds and rare parts. The XJ220 appeared in Forza Motorsport and was owned by Elton John. Its 4852 weight distribution and 22 Q fuel economy were impressive. Emotionally, it's awe, a car that redefined speed. Values exceed $1 million with a low-mileage example selling for $1.5 million at Sotheby's. Restoration costs reach $40,000. For Clarkson, it's a monument to ambition. 1989 Porsche 911 Turbo. The 1989 Porsche 911 Turbo, bought for $70,000 in 1990, lands at number 5. Launched in 1975, the 1989 model's 3.3L turbocharged flat-6 engine produced 300 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 310 lb-ft of torque at 4,000 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 5.2 seconds and 160 mph with a 5-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, and a 2,900-pound weight. Its whale-tail spoiler, flared fenders, 16-inch Fuchs wheels, and 0.40 drag coefficient defined 80s excess. Clarkson called it the car that made turbos my religion, recalling Alps drives, the turbos whine a war cry, and a Grand Tour wet track challenge where he tamed its tail-happy nature. Known as the 930 Turbo, 18,000 were built from 1975 to 1989 at Porsche's Zuffenhausen plant. Clarkson's Guards Red model, with black leather and a sunroof, had notorious turbo lag, requiring $3,000 to $4,000 annually for turbo seals and clutch repairs. It starred in Bad Boys 1995 and was owned by Steve McQueen and Paul Newman. Its rear engine layout, torsion bar suspension, and no traction control made it a beast, with 40/60 weight distribution. Fuel economy was 15p. Hater it's to me. Emotionally, it's exhilaration, a car that demands skill. Values range from $150,000 to $250,000, with pristine examples hitting $400,000 at Mikum. Restoration costs average $15,000. Fans see it as Clarkson's rebellious spirit. 1994. Aston Martin V8. Vantage launched. On February 10, 1993, at the Birmingham Motor Show, its 5.3L twin supercharged V8 engine produced 550 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 550 lb-ft of torque at 4,000 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 4.3 seconds and 186 mph with a 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, and a 4,400-pound weight. Its handcrafted aluminum body, double wishbone suspension, 17-inch OZ wheels, and 0.40 drag coefficient screamed bravado. Clarkson called it a gentleman with a knockout punch, recalling London cruises, feeling like 007, and a Top Gear power test where it outran a Ferrari 575. Only 288 were built from 1993 to 2000 at Aston's Newport Pagnell plant, owned by Prince Charles and Jeremy Irons. Clarkson's racing green model, with tan leather and wood trim, cost $5,000 to $7,000 annually to maintain due to supercharger belts and brake fade. It appeared in GoldenEye, 1995. Its 102-inch wheelbase and 48.52 weight distribution ensured poise, with 18 mpg fuel economy. Emotionally, it's pride. A car that commands respect. Values range from $300,000 to $500,000, with examples hitting $700,000 at Bonhams. Restoration costs reach $30,000. Fans love Clarkson's 007-esque swagger. 1973, BMW 3.0 CSL launched in May 1972. Its 3.0L inline-six engine produced 200 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 204 lb-ft of torque at 4,300 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph, 7.4 seconds and 135 mph, with a 4-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, and a 2,560-pound weight. Its aluminum body, batwing spoiler, 14-inch Alpina wheels, and 0.39 drag coefficient made it a racing icon. Clarkson called selling it "my dumbest mistake," recalling corner carving drives on Welsh roads, and a Top Gear Shootout Series 12. 2008, where it stunned a Porsche 911 only 1,265 CSL's E9 chassis were built from 1972 to 1975 at BMW's Munich plant, dominating the European Touring Car Championship 1973, 1975, 1979, driven by Hans-Joachim Stuck. Clarkson's white model, with motorsport stripes, cost $2,000 to $3,000 annually due to aluminum corrosion. It influenced BMW's M division and appeared in Gran Turismo. Its 101-inch wheelbase and front disc brakes, 10.7-inch rotors ensured agility, with 20 mpg fuel economy. Emotionally, it's regret, a lost love. Values range from $200,000 to $500,000, with Concours examples hitting $800,000 at Gooding & Company, e.g., $805,000 in 2023. Lot 142. Restoration costs average $20,000. Fans see Clarkson's vulnerability here. 1968. Ford Mustang Mach-1 launched on September 27, 1968. Its 7.0L Cobra Jet V8 engine bore 104.7 V-bun, 13 teeters, stroke, 101.6 mm compression ratio, 10.7.1. Holley 4-barrel carburetor produced 335 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 440 lb-ft of torque at 3,400 RPM. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 5.7 seconds and 140 mph with a 4-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, and a 3,400-pound weight. Its shaker hood scoop, 15-inch Magnum 500 wheels, live rear axle, and 0.45 drag coefficient defined muscle car grit. Clarkson called it America's middle finger, recalling dusk drives, the V8's growl shaking his core, and a Top Gear face-off Series 8, 2006, where it battled a Dodge Charger. Over 72,000 Mach 1s were sold from 1968 to 1970 at Ford's Dearborn plant. Clarkson's black model with red stripes and a Hurst shifter cost $1,502,000 annually to maintain due to carburetor tuning and brake drum wear 10-inch rear drums. It starred in Bullitt, 1968, and was owned by Carroll Shelby. Its 108-inch wheelbase and 49.51 weight distribution added stability, with 14 mpg fuel economy. Emotionally, it's freedom, a rule breaker. Values range from $100,000 to $150,000, with Concours examples hitting $200,000 at Mikumi G, $195,000 in 2024, Lot S89. Restoration costs average $12,000. Fans adore its Clarkson-esque bravado. 1991. Lexus LS400 launched on January 9, 1989. At the Detroit Auto Show, its 4.0L 1UZ FE V8 engine bore 87.55 mm, stroke, 82 mm compression ratio, 10.0 to 1, 32 valves, multi-port fuel injection produced, 250 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 260 lb-ft of torque at 4,000 horsepower. It hit 0 to 60 mph in 8.5 seconds and 100.3 beer down trending high fine line day 49 amp with a 4-speed automatic rear-wheel drive and a 3,800-pound weight. Its multi-link suspension, 15-inch alloy wheels, and 0.29 drag coefficient ensured a plush ride. Clarkson said it redefined luxury, recalling serene drives on the M1, its silence a balm, and a Top Gear Review Series 1, 2002, where it outshone a Mercedes S-Class. The LS400 sold 165,000 units from 1989 to 1994. Built at Toyota's Tahara plant with a $1 billion R&D budget. Clarkson's silver model, with beige leather, power seats, and a 12-speaker audio system, cost $1,000 a year to maintain due to its bulletproof reliability. It set a benchmark for luxury, with 25 mpg fuel economy and 11-inch disc brakes. It appeared in The West Wing, 1999-2006. Emotionally, it's reverence, a car that earned respect. Values range from $30,000 to $50,000, with pristine examples hitting $70,000 at Bring a Trailer e.g. $68,000 in 2024, Lot 142305. Restoration costs are low, around $5,000. Fans love Clarkson's sincerity here. Jeremy Clarkson's pre-2000 collection is a monument to motoring's golden age. Each car a chapter of rebellion, passion, pride, regret, and reverence. From the nostalgic Stag to the revolutionary LS400, these classics are his heart on wheels. Which vintage icon revs your soul? Share it in the comments and hit that subscribe button for more automotive adventures that'll keep your love for classic cars roaring.
Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into Hollywood's hidden history.